Okay, so we are here to learn about videoing services. Now, any professionals watching this, you'll probably have your head in your hands because this is really not how it's done. But I'm an amateur, I will state that for the record. But we've been doing this through lockdown, and this is how we've been putting services together, and people have been asking, and we're getting more people involved, so we wanted to share what we have been doing, and I'm sure there's people out there that can probably help us do it better, and I'm all open for advice and so on. But I just wanted to quickly take you through what we do. Now, Arthur's not here at the minute, but I'm going to take you through the equipment, and of course it all comes down to the cameras that we use. This is my Canon 7D digital SLR. I bought this a few years ago. I'm a bit of an amateur photographer, and it's not a cheap camera. It's not top of the range by any means, but it's also not particularly cheap. But that is where a lot of the quality in the picture comes from. So a lens like this and a sensor like you get in the 7D is really important to be able to get good video quality. Now, while these are normally for stills, these cameras are really good at video because you get really good quality, but there's a few things you have to do. So Arthur's not here, so I'll just show you, for example, let's look at the Mothers Union banner at the back there. So if that's what we're going to video, I'll zoom in a little bit more. Now I have to use manual focus, and the nice little way you do that is there's a little electronic zoom, and I just adjust the wheel. And now that's perfectly set, and that's a really important step. And I learned that actually because in my part of my job, a little corporate video we did once, I saw the professionals do that, so that's how I know that that's what gets done. But now that'll be nice and crisp, and when you do that, when Arthur's here, you focus it in on the eyes, and that's going to give you a really sharp picture. Another really important thing, by the way, is lighting. You need to make sure that the person that you want as the subject of your video is well lit. I don't have the lights on right now, but whenever Arthur's here, we usually have the lights on around the prayer desk, but not behind him, because if there's bright lights behind him, it means the back is a lot brighter. You won't notice it to the human eye, but the camera does notice, and it means that Arthur is not as sharp as the subject of the video. Now that's one camera, and I use that then for the close-ups, and I just fix it. I don't move it for each video. I do have a second camera though, and it's a little camcorder that I bought a few years ago. Nice long optical zoom on it. Not great quality because long zoom means small lens and small sensor. But this is good for setting somewhere else around the church and getting a nice wide shot. And you'll notice whenever we do our videos that you'll always see that we'll throw a wide shot in from time to time. There's a few reasons for that, which I'll discuss in the edit. But that's always handy then, having a second camera somewhere around the church to get a second angle on what's going on. So that's the video. Now here's the key thing. I'm not using these cameras to record audio. They are recording the sound, but they're not actually going to be the sound that we will use in the final video. That's going to come from, first of all, a phone. And you might think that sounds crazy, but here we have a little lapel mic. This is not particularly expensive, but this lapel mic, it's not a radio mic before you ask. It actually just simply plugs in to your phone, which I will do. Plugs into the phone, and then on the phone, we simply use the voice recorder app. So most phones these days come with a voice recorder app, and you just plug that in, it will record, and you notice it is now recording using this mic. Tap, tap, tap. And now because audio isn't that big compared to video, when we come in and start our service, I just hit record on that and leave it going for the entire 40-50 minutes that we're here. And I'll cover a little bit more about that in the edit as well. Now that's when we're inside, when it's just Arthur, and because of social distancing regulations, that's all we've been able to do. But when we go outside, and when we've got a few more people involved, we need a different type of microphone. And that's where this comes in. too many microphones now. So that's where this microphone comes in. This is one of the condenser mics that we use in the praise band here in St. Paul's. And I've also got another little device that I just again happened to buy a few years ago when I was trying little hobbies out. It's got a connection that just plugs into the phone, and again it just uses the voice recorder app on the phone. Really simple. So when we're inside with one person, we use the lapel mic. When we're outside with a group of people, we use the condenser mic. It's got a nice big windshield on it now, which is really important when you go outside and the wind starts blowing on the microphone. And that's it. And we try and keep it really, really simple. Ultimately, what we're doing here is helping people at home connect with worship, connect with God. We really want to focus on keeping things simple, but really focus on the quality. That's why a good camera really is helpful. Sitting on a tripod, and there's no complicated movements or anything like that. It's why the little lapel mic is so important, because you're not hearing background noise. You're just hearing the voice of the person, of Arthur in this case, speaking, and all that focus on quality is what really helps people engage with it, because you're not trying to figure out what you need to watch or listen. You're not being distracted. And that's about it. And so we'll get on to editing in the next video.